Hi, this is Jamie from iQ Pro. Just wanted to follow up with a little bit of information about the tracks and their preferences and settings. If we were to open up the iQ Pro logo that we just installed, you'll see here that you've got a few options. The first one is very obvious, that's loop, and that will loop that track for infinity. Then you've also got here mute audio. Now this is particularly important if you've got a video that you don't want the audio to play because you're going to bring in the audio from another source. So if the video has an original audio track, you can choose to mute it here. This video does not, so that does not matter. Up here you have a button that says enable delay. If I turn that on, this will mean when iQ Pro receives a cue to play this, it won't play it straight away. It will instead allow you to push the slider to give you a delay before it fires. And then, as Adam touched on before at the bottom here, we've got these commands which allow you to decide what happens when the track starts and the track ends. In the case of the previous video, we chose that when this video fires, it auto starts the very next cue at the same time. You can toggle that on or off. And here at the bottom, we've got a similar command for when this video ends. If I'd turned off loop and chosen when this video ends, start the next cue, it will play this video for its duration, whether that be 10 seconds or 10 minutes, and at the end of it, it will automatically play the very next cue. We have that set at do nothing, and that is the same settings for both audio and video. There is one more very important feature, which I'm going to touch on extremely briefly now. We're going to talk about it in a more advanced way later. But here you have the option of layers. Now these layers run up to 99. Now don't worry, you're never going to use all those. However, this system, it's almost like a busy road, and sometimes you have media intersecting with media. Now, if you wanted to stop one track and start the next, you could have every single video and every single piece of music all on layer 1. But because of the very nature of iQ Pro, there are times when those things are cross-fading and playing at the same time as others. So therefore, we have different layers that you can assign to media. And I just want to make this point now, and I'd like you to remember this phrase because you're going to hear it from us a lot. If you try to create a show and it doesn't seem to be playing back correctly, the issue is most likely the layers, which is why we have all of these different layers to choose from. So I'm going to choose here layer 1 for this video, as it's our first video of the show. And just for good housekeeping, I'm going to go into the audio track and I'm going to layer that on layer 2. You actually don't have to do that, do you, Adam, when it comes to the music and the video? They can, in fact, run on the same layers. But for my own housekeeping, I like to layer them progressively within each group. So as I add more videos, I'll be going layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth, until I reach the next group, and then I'll begin off and back at 1. Each was find their own system, but I just wanted to touch on the layers very briefly. I appreciate that might be a little confusing at the moment, but please watch on and you'll see more about that a little bit later on.